Hello, greetings, and welcome to Waking Lions, episode 4.
We've got there, episode 4. Who knew?
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah,
Who'd
we're
have,
going to lose track before
who'd have
long.
thought we'd make it?
I know.
I mean, like,
Many have tried to ban us from the airwaves.
Yeah, like, I just popped out for some eggs earlier, and I got back, and a good lady John was like, "Thank God,
Yes.
thank God you made it."
You
It's
weren't
okay.
attacked with the eggs while you were out. You weren't egged on.
Well, I suppose it is, a week of Guy Fawkes and Halloween, so,
Yeah.
many eggs have been thrown, but, you know what they say, you can't make omelettes without breaking a few eggs.
Indeed
right?
you can't. Indeed you can't. And there's
Yeah.
a few eggs being broken this week, I do believe.
No doubt. It's just been chaos, isn't it?
We were just
It has
saying
been
off air,
chaos.
weren't we? You can't actually write the show quick enough. It's writing itself at the moment.
Mhm.
There's so much going on. Sometimes I know we used to do radio shows. We scrub around for content. We go,
Yeah.
we need some desperate content. We got too much.
Yes.
Too
yeah.
much. Not just in this country. We're not going abroad.
Yes. It's just a landslide. And, you think the last couple of weeks, so, now we've done, 3 episodes before this, each of them between 4 and 5 hours,
Yeah.
each one. There's so much content just in those, and we've covered multiple topics.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one, it's going to... I said this last week.
You say
It's
it's
going to
every
be
week.
shorter. Right? It is going to be shorter than 4 hours. It definitely is. It is fireworks night after all. But also, it's partly because, we're conscious of that, of how long it's been going on each week. It does take a long time to edit as well. But yeah, aiming for that 2 hour mark is really the top end, so we can get the content out afterwards as well. Which I've got to say, big thank you to the people who've been checking out the content. Good, over 150 views on the last couple of shorts that we put out.
Yeah, it's amazing. Can't believe that.
Videos. Yeah, really good.
Good stuff.
The Sarah Pockin one and Sadiq Khan one's done
Funny that.
particularly well. And it's unfortunate because I was actually going to get our little YouTube plaque, no, not 100, not 10, not 50,000 views. No. I mean, the nuked off of the face of the platform.
That's the one.
Plaque,
That's the one.
because we have achieved it. Despite that, we still had some great views, so thank you. But a couple of the videos last week, that Sarah Pochin one in particular, and also the Cass Patel one. Both of those videos absolutely hit us in the algorithm real hard.
What, if you're not receiving strikes, you're doing something wrong.
Absolutely, that's the thing. You're on target.
Absolutely,
when the strike comes down. But so we've got our badge of honour, and maybe next week I'll try and rustle up the plaque for that. But again, massive thank you to the people that have been tuning in, and even more reason for you to like, share, follow, and subscribe.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Yeah, because algorithmically we are toast now.
Algorithmically challenged.
Yes, I was going to get the aliens quote, dust off and nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Didn't quite have time because, as we say, the news has just been relentless. And that's, again, why this week we're just breaking down to just the one topic, basically, which is the big topic for us right this week.
Yes.
Due to the massive escalations, is the UK. The fallen kingdom that is the UK.
Was the UK.
Was the UK. Yes, is probably more accurate because, what happened not so long after we went off air last week, Steve?
It just kicks off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And who can... You can't predict anything at the moment. You certainly can't foresee what's going to happen next. And it's just random. It is totally random what goes on, what goes through people's heads. But also, when you look into these things, as we've looked into, missed opportunities...
Yes.
Is a byword of this country. Lessons to be learned is a byword of this country. And referring ourselves to the police commission's complaints department.
We referred ourselves to our own... We referred ourselves to our own review committee and found ourselves to be absolutely perfect
every time.
In every
it really
way.
does.
Well,
it really does.
And I mean, obviously, this is because, I say... Not very long after we went off air. What was it? It was on the 2nd, was it? Or the 1st? The 1st of November?
Yeah.
The train attack in Huntingdon happened. Okay? And for any of you that may have been living under a rock for the last however many days now, 4 days, that was a train that was on its way down from... I believe it was Huntingdon. It was actually this occurred at towards
Doncaster,
London.
From Doncaster to King's Cross, I think.
Yeah, and I believe it was in Huntingdon at the
we haven't
time.
really got to King's Cross. What would have happened then?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, again, disturbing to me because my dad used to work in Huntingdon a lot, right? And we're not talking about Huntingdon Beach either. Like, I mean, we're talking about
It's constituency that used to be. Is that Blair's constituency?
It's Cambridgeshire, isn't it?
Wasn't one of the PM's constituency was originally Huntingdon? It flags up. Sure, possibly East Huntingdon. We used to be the MP Huntington.
I
anyway,
would have to look into that.
we
I can't
digress.
remember.
I can't check. I've got no internet down here.
Yeah,
because Faraday cage.
Yes, we are indeed in the Faraday cage. But yeah, I mean, so basically this incident occurred on a train where I believe it's now 11 people were somehow injured, whether that's critically.
Was it the driver or the guard or somebody? Because they have guards on trains, are they not allowed to have them, are they?
Yeah, well, it's funny actually because a mention was made of like, but you know, what if we were to like put guards on trains? I mean, does that mean we have to have guards here?
Rail marshals next.
I was like, wait, dude, we had them. We had guards and we had rail guards and bus guards. And
they got rid of them.
Yep.
They didn't want to pay them.
Mm-hmm. Because obviously a machine can do all of their jobs like far easier.
The machine,
obviously AI. One of those new X1 or 1X robots or whatever it was that was unveiled this week, other than just opening your door and turning lights on and off, could maybe man the trains and stop lunatics from going around and poking people really hard.
Or Brendan the buffet car.
Yeah, well, whatever happened to the buffet car?
Chuck a stale baguette.
I kind of miss like, you know, Schweppes slim line. Schweppes swim line. Gone on Sean Connery, indeed. It's just up there, actually. You've got Dr. No post.
We are trying to be serious about this, but we...
Well, again, like, this is the thing, is that we kind of do have to be a little bit mirthful in a way, and not in a disrespectful fashion, but
if you did,
honestly, the point it has got to in the UK today... you have to have some sort of upbeat attitude, otherwise you are going to be, and we're going to see evidence of this a little bit later, like in this first segment, or this only segment actually, because this is all going to be one big segment basically. We're breaking it down on this. So one of the things is, again, like you say, with the details. So as soon as this happened, as I want to be, is I'm on there checking all of the people actually on the ground. As Mystic Media was down there on the ground, and also there were people covering it remotely from people on the ground and collating the information. And I was just saying to you before we came on air, like, you know, it seems to me that the mainstream media is promoting mainly one particular person.
Not many witnesses. Not many witnesses or victims prepared to come forward.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the case. That's the thing. I'm not sure if they're not willing to come forward, or whether there's just like a sort of...
But surely
closing of ranks.
Would you not have broken cover if you were on that train? You want to get your side. You know, they're pushing the narrative now that it wasn't terror related. I've got to say, if I was on a train and someone's waving, I'd be pretty terrified. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say terrorism is to do with political ideology, race, religion. Surely, if you are terrorising somebody, you know, who's to say your terrorism isn't my terrorism, isn't somebody else's terrorism, it's someone else's...
Well, I'm sure one would get in trouble for saying this now, but, you know, at one point Nelson Mandela was regarded as a terrorist, was he not?
Exactly.
At one point, the founding member organisations of the IDF were considered terrorists, were they not? You know, like, this is the thing, as again, we'll get to this, right? As many people on one side of the argument here want to say one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter.
I just find it amazing that without even probably interviewing this chap, they determine that's not terrorism. And you haven't spoken to him.
It is very quick to
what he said as he was carrying out his attack.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Okay, so we've got a little bit of distance on this, obviously, what it had been, 4 days. But I believe it was the second, I think a day later, I did manage to catch hold of London City Events, who apparently has some testimony from someone claiming to have been on carriage H, I believe it was, in the train. So, for one thing, like, for people to have an idea of what is supposed to have happened on this train, and also in the interest of the fact, again, like I say, this complete flooding of the channels with one particular, I think it was a guard, the train guard, and like all you see everywhere is like the
guard that banged his hand.
again, like, is this guy a hero in the sense of like what the person we're about to listen to talks about, or is he a hero in the sense of Pastor McCoy's son, who heroically stayed on the phone and walked calmly away as Charlie Kirk's head was no longer attached to his body? Right, you get me? Like, okay, so let's have a little look-see at this gentleman who, like I say, claimed he was on coach age, and hopefully that will explain a little more and give you, potentially another side of the story of what happened on this Huntingdon train.
Listening to Audible on my phone, and then I had guys suddenly run past, going, run, run. There's a guy stabbing literally everyone, everything. There was a few of us kind of looking at each other, like thinking, was it a joke, like it's Halloween, I'll be pranking? But then you could kind of see in their faces they were being serious. I kind of got my stuff and I was running, and everyone was really pushing behind us, really panicking. And at this point, I was kind of asking questions like, what's happening? Like, who is it? And they were like, a guy's just stabbing everyone back there. Put my hand on this chair, like just trying to push myself forward. And then I look at my hand and it's covered in blood. And then I look at the chair and there's blood all over the chair. And I'm thinking, okay, this is pretty serious. So some of the guys that had ran through to kind of alert us to run, they were the ones who had also been stabbed. So we're running over and getting to the edge of the carriage. Still trying to work out who is it, what's their intentions, what's their motives. I just knew they were stabbing everyone, and someone kind of said they thought they had a gun. Pulled the emergency alarm and just trying to work out, can we barricade the doors, can we lock the doors? But we couldn't really. And then by the time I got to the end of the carriage, I realised I was actually at the back of it, and there was about 6 of us. There was a girl, bless her, who was really, really in a bit of a state, because the guy actually tried to stab her, and one of the older guys, who's an absolute hero, blocked it with his head, and he's got this like gash. He had this gash on his head. He's got I think a gash on his neck, and he's we're kind of giving him like our jackets to keep the pressure on the blood. And while we're doing that, there's a person that I know, and he's kind of looked at me and gone like, have you got anything we can use in case he comes through?
There's at least 10 ambulances, 12 ambulances.
We had a Jack Daniels bottle between us, and that was it. So we're kind of sitting there with one Jack Daniels bottle, just looking down the end of this carriage, just praying somebody doesn't walk down with a knife, with a gun. We didn't really know what was going on.
So that is allegedly a gentleman there that was on the train.
First impression, I don't know how long after the event that was.
So that
recorded.
video, I believe, like I say, was from a second from London City Events. Again, credits will be at the end of the show and posted in the description down below. Like I say, from within the 24 hours after the event.
So very calm and collected, the chap, quite media savvy, quite presentable, quite as if we would be sat in here doing this.
Yeah.
Not saying he wasn't on there. Also, I find quite strange, unless they've impounded the video evidence, no cameras, no. Whenever you see anything, it does annoy me. You see a lot of things online, someone being attacked, and people are busy filming rather than actually helping.
Yes, it's Black Mirror, isn't it?
thing
Unfortunately,
on
that
carriage.
is
If
very
it's
much
down
Black
the
Mirror.
end, a distance. You get a bit of a kerfuffle, wouldn't you? Surely.
Well, this kind of harkens back to what, and again, isn't this a similar instance, right? Did we not have exactly the same thing with the young girl that was brutally stabbed in the throat?
Yeah.
On a train.
Yeah.
Have you seen the broader video of that?
No, just that.
I mean, for one
one's
thing,
been everywhere.
Yeah. Well, has it though?
Yeah.
Don't forget, Australia and New Zealand, I believe it was, actually locked it down and said you absolutely cannot play this video. And the video itself, whenever it has been shown, largely it's been cropped to just show. Was it Arinya? Her name was. And cropped down just to show her and brief moments. The most shocking thing about that video is actually the people on the train with her.
The lack of activity.
The woman sat right next to her.
Yeah.
And the majority of people are going to see the edited video where all you see is the strike, and when you turn around and look, the guy's already gone. And she's looking around. Most people have no idea what she's looking at.
Exactly.
What she's looking at is a woman sat in the next seat right next to her, looking like this.
Yeah.
Just ignoring her on her phone.
Yeah.
You know, and I would say that to some degree, right, Obviously, I wasn't there, right? And I can't speak for the people on the carriage, but presumably that we will take it at face value. This gentleman was actually on the carriage, and his description is, fairly accurate, right? There's a slightly different culture going on there, where apparently a guy stuck his head in the way.
As you do.
As you
my
do.
First thing to do.
Well, again, this is one of the things that's been brought up an awful lot. Like, do you remember a while back, was it in the first episode maybe, we were talking about the question that was being asked of, where are the men? Where are British men?
Yeah.
Yeah, with all this stuff that's going
Having
on.
their nails done.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we could do
We're
a
not
whole
allowed
episode
to be
on
men, though. We're
the
not allowed to do this.
Yeah, the emasculation of men is a big one that we could go
there's
into.
two types of people, isn't there, in this world? There's those that run towards something and ones that run away.
Yes.
And you
well,
don't know.
Look, and again, you said the words, and this, I'm sure, really gets a lot of people's goats here, was Shabana Mahmood. Yeah, I use her name properly this time. I usually call her Shabana Mahmood. And she gets up in Parliament and heralds the people running towards danger, right? Whilst also in the same stroke criticising people who are like asking questions like, where was this guy from?
Yeah.
And
doesn't matter where he's from.
Well, it does though, doesn't it?
Yes.
It does, because as you point out, right, like, so we're saying that, like, if this was a white guy, if this was Tommy Robinson,
real name Stephen Lashley, of course.
Exactly, just in case anyone didn't know.
It annoys me.
If it were he, I don't know, just driving through our border control in a reasonably priced car with some cash in there, he would be picked up and charged on terrorism charges, and the media wouldn't shut up about it, would they?
Exactly.
You would never hear the fucking end of it, right?
They'd never get his PIN number for his phone, though, would they, ever?
Yet, this dude jump on train now, jump on the train, and we start poking the white man.
This is, yeah.
And I know I'm going to get in trouble.
No reason for it.
It's so much trouble for that, but how quickly did they turn around and say, right, even when they were saying there's two people arrested, British man.
Yeah. That's like the Welshman that stabbed the kids.
The Welsh choir boy that was on Children in Need Doctor Who special.
Yeah.
That slashed up a bunch of young girls at a Taylor Swift dance rehearsal.
Not being funny, but...
No, we're not. We're absolutely not being funny in the slightest, brother.
And trying to tread this line of not being racist. I'm going to come out and be racist. However, you don't get that sort of suntan by being in this country, do you?
Not naturally, no.
Second generation immigrant.
Well, again, this was the point that is, that's like, yes, right?
And it's terrible.
British born guy.
It really is.
It's not having the effect I think they intended. The intention was, what was his name? Damn it, I had it written down.
The attacker.
Yeah, like Anthony something, okay?
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find that
straight away. They showed a photo of him, and I was like, probably similarly to many other people.
Anthony Williams. That's
There
a
you
good
go.
British name.
Yeah, of course it is.
I got a friend called Ashley Williams. That's as
of course it is. That's
as good
fine.
a name as that.
Of course, that's fine. No problem. Yeah, the thing is, though, their intention is to say, don't jump to conclusions like Office Space.
Yeah.
I'll edit that in the post like I did last week with the Godfather thing. Check out last week's video. It's
Always.
But yeah, you jump to conclusions, Matt. They're like, don't use that game. Don't play that, right? He's obviously a British-born guy, right, with a good, British name. And everyone's supposed to just swallow it and go, yeah, fair enough. Like, it's our people. No, as you point out, all it's showing us is that now we only have a problem with first-generation immigrants of recent import in the Boris wave. Now we have an even bigger problem of second to third, potentially, generation immigrants who, for some reason, have also got caught into this spiral.
But have had all the, I'll use the words benefits in its widest sense, they probably are, the advantages of this country, although not much longer probably, because going to shit in a handcart currently. So they'll soon be going back, because what I've come across it for, this promised land of milk and honey and streets paved with gold, is now
There's like it's almost like there's a story in that, almost like a mythology on that. But we'll come back to that later.
Very quickly, whilst I've
Yeah.
got the guy's name up on there.
Yes.
As we mentioned, lessons to learn and missed opportunities. I shall quote, Anthony Williams entered a barber shop the day before waving a knife. The police were informed, and guess what? They failed to act. He then attacked somebody at Pontoon Dock Station at 12:45 a.m. on November the 1st. Police informed, failed to arrest him. Again, he then went on to stab 10 people or 11 people on a train at 7:40 that very evening. The police, as I found out recently, are too busy getting billed for speeding through Landrake.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, dude, I actually saw a. What was
You saw a police person down. It wasn't behind a speed camera.
There's this van that rolled through Liskeard yesterday, man. It was a big old police armoured van, and it was something like it had like Vision Zero written on the side of it. I'm like,
What, blacked out window?
again, what? Yeah, like what? It's supposed to be a surveillance van. It's just like watching you all the time, and it's like this is what you're spending your money on.
Oh, don't get me started.
You are spending your money on this sort of thing
That's
in
where
a
my fines
town
are going to.
like Liskeard, right? Rather than going and arresting people.
Too easy. Sorry, too difficult. Too difficult to arrest people.
And it's absolutely mind-boggling. It
Low-hanging
really
fruit.
is mind-boggling.
Low-hanging fruit. I dread to think. I was speaking to somebody, went to an event on Saturday morning, and I was speaking to someone who lives in St Anne's Chapel. Famously had a speed camera put through there June last year, this year. The revenue that thing made in the first month. Now, speed cameras, we're digressing slightly, are supposed to be in locations of deaths.
Yes.
High incidence. Not a cash point. It's not a bloody ATM.
Well, again, like
Apparently.
I mean, we do digress a little here, but again, I drove down the street. Was it last week? Obviously, I went for my brother's wedding, as I've mentioned. You know, almost as much as brother Wendell mentions going for a pee. Big up,
Did you go
brother
for a
Wendell.
pee?
He might have done.
Dear
We'll
mate.
get back to him. But I get back from Nottingham, like, and I'm driving down. And I'm like, wait a minute. Where the hell's all these 20-mile-an-hour zone signs come from? And we got like 50 of them all over town. And I'm like, I get it. It's 20 mile an hour.
No.
But again, I was like, remember when that cash grant was up? And we were looking to how much just the blooming arches cost, right?
Yeah. Oh, crikey.
Again, think of the cost of each one of those 20-mile-an-hour zone things.
Yeah.
There's loads of them everywhere.
We all get printing. Do we know how much printing costs to get a banner done? Even a Vistaprint banner is 60 quid.
But I mean, for a start, you've got to have the permission to put them in the ground. So yeah, obviously there's going to be council sort of dockets and stuff to get done about that. Yeah, and administration.
Brown envelopes.
And then you've also got to have the people to actually go and install them, and the time it takes to do that, labour costs, all of this.
All those tea breaks.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is a lot of money being spent on essentially a bunch of signs where one would have done at the top.
Yeah.
You know, if you had one at like Carrington Roundabout, yeah, or whatever it is up the top, and one down the bottom at the Pound Street Roundabout, it'd be fine, right?
Yeah.
But no, you got to have them every 15 metres. And as we're driving along, we bump over a couple of those cables.
Yes.
They've got some on Charterway, and they've got some
They're
going...
so like 80s, those, aren't they?
Yeah, but again, I was like, oh, hold on a second. Like, good lady driver and mini driver, like, what are those? And I was like, well, they're checking the speed of all the cars going over to see whether they need to make it lower.
Yeah,
In a 20 zone.
Speed limits, any more signs?
In
up?
a freaking 20 zone. I was like, oh my God, I'm doing 21, catastrophic. We're going to have to drop speed and get it down to 10. But
It's
yeah, I
crazy.
mean, this is a digression, but again, like, it does tie into, again, one of the videos we'll be looking at in a minute, but like, that's completely stupid
And also,
policies top to bottom.
on that subject, have you seen the neighbourhood busybodies that are given a camera? Have you seen them? Right? So you go through somewhere like St Eve. There's a good example, St Eve, just down the road from us here. Lovely little sleepy place. Nothing
For now.
happens. Yeah.
For now.
It's a 30 limit. Mr. Policeman is sat there occasionally with a little van filming people. But sometimes you get like Dad's Army down there, and it's literally 5 old blokes with flat caps all fighting over who gets to play with the camera.
Yeah.
Basically. Got the high vis on, community speed awareness defenders. whatever they're called.
Defenders of the Earth.
Exactly. And you can see in the morning, they've had a little chat. Oh, can I play with the camera? No, you hold a clip, but I want to play with the camera. And you see it. It's just like these people with no adenoids, all their little...
Yeah. And these are going to be the same people again.
Coming through.
These are going to be the same people again that we're going to come on to with all of this, like in, the sort of balance of what's going on between the left and the right. These are exactly the same people, but we'll be on one side of this argument that we're going to cover. But you say how, like, that one guy, right? But this right. I mean, not only did Mr. Kebab Man from Epping get released last week by accident and paid to leave, another one today, right? But also this man here that like just jumped on the train and went pokey with Sharpie Ting, right? Yeah. Like you say, how many instances was that again?
3.
It was
at least
3. 1, 2,
twice,
3. Yeah, yes. So 3 or 4, let's say. Let's give an average of 3 to 4.
I lost it though. I should have screenshot it the minute I saw it, and there was, through whatever freedom of information or whatever, there was a list of the 999 calls made in Huntingdon that day.
Yeah.
And there were some stupid ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's like neighbour playing music too loud, dog escaped, delivery not arrived. Mm-hmm. These were 999 calls. But peppered in that were these 999 calls about man walking around with knife.
Yeah.
Man harassing.
Well, that is again one of the problems, isn't it? Is when you're flooding the call centre with bloody garbage.
Find the people.
And again, it's where the police, like we've seen with AY audits and the others, BB and people like that. Shout outs to all of you guys. Big up. Keep it going. They're getting harassed by these police on civic issues.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like our police service is a service now, as we mentioned, rather than a force. And they're just being like literally rented out on one side, but on the other side being called out to like these bloody civil disputes.
I've got
like,
no
what
problem.
The hell?
They're happy to fine me, and they're welcome to for speeding. Mm-hmm. Don't care anymore. Once they got my license, I can't drive. They can't charge me road tax. Simple as that. Surely it's not been their wit and wisdom to say, right, put everything on TV. Mm-hmm. If you make a false or malicious or bogus call to any emergency services, be it fire, ambulance, or police, you get fined £100. They can trace
it is that.
people.
Do you not remember back in the day?
They don't do it.
I remember at school we used to have the videos about not calling out the fire service and stuff like that.
Your porn music in the background.
There was one in particular with the fire service, where it was London's Burning, guys. If anyone remembers London's Burning,
brilliant!
Great show.
Yeah,
and I mean, I think it's on like Rewind or That's TV.
Good old Blue Watch.
Yeah, and like it was one of those guys, but the really surly, like beefy guy, scared the living crap. Yeah. Don't you do it? I will do you.
Could be your nan's house burning down.
Yeah, and there was a fine and also potential criminal offence involved, depending on the seriousness of it. Why is no one enforcing that at this point?
The only ones that will get fined are the people that cock dial.
Yeah,
on their phone by mistake, they lean on it and it automatically dials it, and they think you're having a
nice easy fine. Nice easy fine right there.
Ones that my DPD's 5 minutes late.
Mm-hmm. So I mean,
find them.
Yeah. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. So I mean, this is the thing as well. Is that's just one guy, right? You had another one that you sent me that I just thought this was even better, and it's funny because he sent this to me, and I was preparing for this this week, and. Funnily enough, a podcast of Lotus Eaters also dropped onto this. And again, check out last week's show. We covered a little bit from them. And they also latched onto this. So, like I say, it's been in the description for the video, like of this stream, like I mentioned about what week it's been.
Yeah.
Well, let's just have a little look at what just over a week it's been, okay?
This would bear well to be actually put up on the screen.
Yeah,
in the edit.
I will pop that on. Yeah, we've got the box right there.
We're not doing it justice.
We've got that little box in the top left there that usually has the Twitch chat in there, which I'm not bothering with this week because of the bloody bot.
It's the Twitch.
Right, but we have got the YouTube chat up, and shout outs to Bender, was it 1233 from last week from Russia? Don't know what the Poseidon thing is. If you want to jump on again and tell us, that's great. Hello to Russia. And anyone else out there, of course, drop a comment in, join the conversation. But I will stick it up in that box because we've got, on the 24th of October, in Walsall, a Sudanese asylum seeker was convicted of murder at a railway station.
Yeah.
On the 26th of October in London, an Ethiopian asylum seeker was rearrested after mistaken prison release. That's
Which we know about.
yeah, the one we mentioned last week, kebab guy, and he was actually Eritrean, I believe, from what we were learned before. Then on 28th of October in Bournemouth, 2 asylum seekers jailed after a knife dispute at a hotel.
A knife dispute. That's my knife, that is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
Have it back.
No, you misunderstand, right? These are student engineers and lawyers, right? And they were fine dining, and he picked up his dessert knife to butter his bread roll.
Basic. Of course it is.
Excuse me, my friend.
That's understandable.
That is not the right knife for your bread roll. I will show you how to do it properly before I go on my taxi job. Shout to Felix Dexter, man. We miss you, man.
Shout out to Uber drivers.
I miss Felix Dexter so bad.
Brilliant.
Also on the 28th of October, we had the Afghan refugee stabbing the dog walker and 2 other people, triple serving in Uxbridge.
That's it.
Then on the 29th of October, we had another Afghan asylum seeker convicted of sexual assaults in Maidstone.
Yeah.
Then on the 30th of October in Derby, not far from where I was,
no.
on that very damn day, Somali migrant sentenced to life for bank customer murder. On the 30th of October in London, an Egyptian migrant was charged with sexual assault near Charing Cross. On the 31st of October in York, an illegal immigrant pleaded guilty to a sexual assault in a nightclub. On the 31st of October in Dundee, 5 Romanian nationals were jailed for trafficking and exploiting 10 women. On the 1st of November in Cardiff, a Syrian asylum seeker was jailed for assault and strangulation. Which brings us up to the 1st of November in Huntingdon with a mass train stabbing, 10 injured, 2 arrested in this particular instance, the writing of this, but obviously since then 1 was released, and we're left with the lovely British-born gentleman who has obviously had no motive whatsoever and is just your average British guy just walking down the street.
Welcome to the UK, people.
Yeah.
This is 7 days.
And, well, don't forget, the next day, there was a knife man in York, I believe it was, that was running around as well, was there not?
You may well, I don't know why I'm bothering saying for the sake of balance, this isn't question time, it's all the BBC. They may have been cherry-picked highlights. They may well equally have been a lot of...
The problem is...
British-born people, British white people, have committed the same crimes in the same space of time.
But as has been pointed out by quite a few people, we had enough of these problems in the first place without importing these extra ones on top. Like this whole list here.
It brings you back to, we're probably part of the problem by reporting it and putting it out there. Because obviously information, even about 10 years, the information wasn't there unless you sort it out. Nowadays it's being pushed down your neck 24/7 by media outlets, social media, online, whatever.
TikTok.
So that there's more, exactly.
TikTok.
Oh, bloody TikTok.
TikTok, very important. The influence.
You just lose hours, don't you, there? They bring out these statistics, don't they? The average Brit will spend 10 years on the toilet in the course of their life. They've not mentioned TikTok, have they?
No,
This is like a third of your life is spent.
Yeah,
watching
you lose a lot of
baby
money on
mums having
TikTok
nappy
too. Apparently,
change
£7,000 per influencer, baby. Hey,
Ridiculous.
big influence.
And also, I mean, we're digressing again, but actually, no, we'll carry on. We'll do what we're doing.
Yeah,
No, we'll do what we're doing. Because I'm going to go into,
into
the pointlessness of. We probably mentioned it the other week about the green people, and have you noticed what's happened to Just Stop Oil? It's only come out when the weather's nice. Are they fair weather protesters?
Actually, did you
Everyone
not
have orange
hear?
paint. They've been taxed on orange
We
paint.
probably should cover this. Or this is
Orange
slightly
paint.
tangential, but did the ones that attacked Stonehenge, did they not get off?
They got off.
Nothing. Yeah,
because they found a loophole in the law because it was a peaceful protest. There seems to be no law against criminal damage against an ancient and venerable.
Do you remember?
Circle of Stones.
Do you remember what I was saying about the move to try and change the Public Order Act? And particularly this was targeting AY and, the Channel 4 hit piece on people covering the hotels, the hotel inspectors, right?
Not Alex
This,
Polizzi.
again, will make people ask some questions and go, the problem is it'll be the wrong people will start asking questions and going, oh, you know what, maybe that is a problem.
I mean, don't give them jail time, waste of time because they're full. Although if we keep letting people up by mistake, they'll be a bit more less full. Just find them. They're all soap dodgers in most of these. They haven't got a job, so they won't pay it.
Yeah. Well, dude, they'll just stand on the street and just go to your local vape shop.
Yeah.
They'll be sitting outside of your local barber shop. You know?
Oh, yes.
And I mean, god dang, am I going to look? Now we've mentioned it.
Getting
As well.
old and grumpy.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, like, look at the number of Afghans mentioned there. Yeah, and we just mentioned like the barber shops and the vape shops that are mainly run by Kurds. I'm gonna have to play it again. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to play this one again.
Bloody asylum seekers. Got bloody move for them in Essex. Yeah, well, the same down our way. Trip over bloody Afghans and Kurds in London. I think there's more in Essex. Nah. London. Essex. London. Essex. London. Essex. London. Essex.
I mean, that gets more and more and more and more and more and more relevant.
Absolutely.